Christy with MamieGraceDesigns. Thanks for joining me today. If you've been wondering what I've been up to for the month of July, since I have not made any new episodes, let me show you. I started with my Tolsta Tank, which I had to rip out. That was a very painful process. I'm sorry to say. I really regretted that, but I want you to know that during the Arkansas yarn crawl, I was at another local yarn shop up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and the owner there told me she had made a Tolsta tee and had the exact same experience. She swatched and made gauge with her swatch, and then when she made her tee, it was humongous, just like mine was. And I was so glad to hear that. It was not just me who had this issue. I still don't know what it was, and I have not reused this yarn yet. I have not attempted another Tolsta. I will in the future, just not right away. But I do have my eye on a couple of patterns that I'm going to use this yarn for. Now I am starting a swatch for my drawing sweater that is part of our Flower Power Make-Along that runs the entire month of July. I haven't done any color work in quite a while, and I decided that I love the sweater. I've admired it for a long time. It's been in my queue and I was dying to make it. So this is the perfect opportunity because it's got flowers all over it. It's something I would not wear in Arkansas until late fall, like probably November, but I will have it ready and waiting. So I'm swatching and making sure that this mohair combo works well, and just got a little swatching action going here. So I have all kinds of people having babies lately and in the future. Some of my dearest friends, their children are having babies. Some of my daughter's dearest friends are having babies. So I've been making baby stuff like crazy. I started this onesie that's on the left in this photo, and it was a total train wreck. It took forever. I invested a ton of time in it, and it when I got to the front, it was two pieces that you would seam together on the sides, and when I got to the front, it did not match up. It was just awful. The pattern directions, they had all kinds of red flags. There were lots of things that didn't make sense or I knew were wrong. So sadly, I ripped that out. The one on the right, however, came out super cute. You can see I embroidered the little baby's name on it, and I've been real pleased with that. This onesie is a pattern from Sandra Magalhães. I know I don't say her name right, who's from Portugal. I've test knitted for her. I love all her patterns. You can always trust that hers will come out good. So I just love how this turned out. So my swatch came out good, and I'm ready to actually cast on for my drawing sweater, and that is what I am doing here. Gotta get comfy. I did make a little boo-boo. I don't know how I did this. I forgot to put my mohair with my wool for my neck on my sweater, but I just decided I was going to keep it. And in the end, if I don't like it how it looks, I guess I could rip that neck back and redo it. I don't know. I haven't done that before, but I've heard about people doing it. We'll just see how it looks when it's all finished. So here's the intro I originally filmed for this episode, but I've been so slow putting it together that I'm just redoing it. And I'll just share it with you anyway, but know that it's a little out of date. Designs, episode 16. I am coming to you on July 1st. I'm excited to say it's the beginning of our Flower Power Make-Along, MAL. I am casting on my drawing sweater, which I'm so excited about. And it has been so much fun to see everyone in our group chat on Instagram talk about what they're going to make or what they might possibly make. Some of them haven't made up their minds yet. And it is inspiring and exciting to hear everybody's enthusiasm for their projects. We have some needle point people joining us, needle pointers. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We have some sewists and a lot of knitters. I think there's a crocheter, and it's been so much fun to see all the enthusiasm for the people joining us. If you are not in that group chat and you would like to be, please just message me on Instagram. If you like and follow the post, like and follow our page, I will automatically add you. And don't forget about Yeji, also known as Handmade Co. She is my partner in this. Yeji lives in Seattle and is an avid knitter, as I am. She's way faster at knitting than I am. She puts out a lot of knitted projects. It's amazing. I'm very inspired by her. Yeji and I met through our test knit for Susanna Kartinen, and Sana & Co. is the name of her company. She's in Australia. And it's just a great example of how you can grow your knitting community by jumping out and doing things that might scare you, that you don't feel like you're good enough for. I felt all those things when I joined that test knit, and it totally grew my skills and my community. So it's been an awesome thing. I also became friends with a woman named Danny who lives in Australia, who's originally from Italy. It's interesting how people are all over the world with this, because Danny, who I became friends with, is born and raised in Italy but moved to Australia about 10 years ago. And then Susanna Kartinen, who is the designer of that sweater that we knit, is originally from Finland or Norway and now lives in Australia. And then I am become friends with Yeji, who lives in Seattle, but I believe she was born and raised in South Korea. So knitting makes the world small. It's awesome. You know, just jumping out and having success really builds your confidence in your skills and in just enjoying this whole knitting community, who is so supportive and encouraging. It's a wonderful community. So I am making the drawing sweater by Tomomi Yoshimoto. I'm making the size large. It's LL. I assume that's large. It could be extra large. There's only 3 sizes in this sweater. There's a medium, there's the LL, maybe that's extra large, and then there's a 3XL. So to me, that's like medium, and then LL, and then LLL. Anyway, is definitely not size inclusive, which is a shame. I wish she'd go back and change it, but I have started my cast on. I don't like a large neck opening, so I've already made changes to the pattern. I cast on the size medium neck, and then I plan to add the stitches to make it to the extra large as soon as I'm finished with the ribbing of the neck. And then I also changed the ribbing. I've already made 2 changes and I have gotten hardly anywhere in it. But the rib called for was a single rib, and you did a tubular cast on, and you did, which is a single rib cast on, but then you immediately changed to a double rib. And for 2 reasons, I changed it. I kept it single rib. Number 1, I really like a twisted rib cast on. I think it looks really crisp. And number 2, I really couldn't understand what her directions meant about how to go from the single rib to the double rib. Now, I mean, I could have done something. I started doing something and I thought, oh, that just looks really messy. So I thought, I'm just sticking with the single rib. I like a single rib and I'll be completely happy with that. Easy fix. So that's what I did. I don't have much to show you. This is all I have to show right now. Not very much. This is my little bitty cast on. I had to watch 2 videos repeatedly to be able to do that tubular cast on. I did the tubular cast on for a Andrea Mowry hat. I think she likes that cast on a lot. And it took me 4 times to get it that time. This time it only took me twice. So hey, I'm making progress. And I'm using one of my beautiful stitch markers from Yeji. If you are in the make along, you too can have one of these gorgeous stitch markers. Yeji does great work. I lost a stitch. Shoot. Okay, that's gonna need a repair. So I haven't gotten very far, but let me talk about what I have been working on the last couple of weeks. I started on a baby romper. Right now it's blocked and drying. I don't even know why I'm blocking and drying because I'm tearing it out. But this was a pattern I bought on Etsy, and the pattern was not on Ravelry. I checked Ravelry first and I couldn't find it, so I went to Etsy, and it was a kimono style baby romper. And you made the back, this is the back, and then you made the front, and then you seamed them up the sides. And I worked on this for like a week and a half. And there were red flags right away. When I was in the pattern, you started from the bottom up, And in this leg, in the increases, the instructions said decrease instead of increase. And I was like, what? You know, just immediately red flags in the very first section of the pattern. And I should have just stopped. I wasted my time, which is one of my most precious resources. So had to tear all that out and start back over. Very frustrating. When I was almost finished with the front, I held it up and the sizes were nowhere near compatible. There was no way that was going to stitch up and be a working garment. So I tore it all out. By the way, I was using this Pearl Soho Cotton Pure on a cone, and love this yarn, love this color, blue. Love this color, but with it being on a cone, if I just pulled it like this, the yarn kept getting twisted. So I went and bought a Lazy Susan so that when I pulled it, it would just turn. And I only knit on this at home because it's so big. But that was a great solution for me. And I have 3 or 4 of these cones. So let me show you what I made. I love this cotton yarn. It feels great. I think new moms are really gonna like it because it's easy care. They can throw it in the washer and dryer. But this is my little baby romper. It is not dry yet, and I don't have the buttons sewn on yet. I will post pictures when I do all that. But this knit up very quickly, and it's from a designer that I love. I've done tests for, and she writes a wonderful she writes a wonderful pattern. Very easy to follow. One of the things I love about her patterns is she'll say, at this point, you should have 21 stitches on your needle. That is so easy to follow and builds my confidence that, oh yay, I did it all right. Versus just knit until you have 12 inches of fabric from top to bottom. I hate that kind of instruction. And that's what that's Etsy pattern was. So, you know, be warned. You don't always get great. I just feel like Etsy patterns don't have the community follow through with, you know, test knitters and all that kind of stuff that make sure that double checks the designer's work. That's what you get through Ravelry that you just don't get through Etsy. And I will probably not buy any more patterns from Etsy. I got burned. Let's see. Okay, so that was the Cedarwood Baby Romper by Sandra Magalhaes. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, I've also been working on, you know, tearing out my Tolsta Tank. Here's my yarn balls. I'm not completely finished tearing that out. Sad. I am also still working on Luke's blanket. Let's see. I put a progress marker on it last time, which was, I'd done this much. Now I did that much since last time I recorded. I was working on that dang baby romper that I tore out. I wasted all my time. Makes me so mad. I love these stitch markers. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but it's true. And I was over at my friend Debbie's house playing tennis, and I took my blanket just so I could show Luke. It's her grandson. And I was like, hey, Luke, I brought your blanket. You want to see what I made? He's like, no, sorry, I can't. I'm helping Poppy, his granddad. He was working in the yard, and he was doing man stuff, so he didn't have time for that blanket. And I was like, okay, that's a 7-year-old for you. I have a new crochet tool. This is kind of fun and exciting. I had never seen one of these before, but it's just for crochet. And it's these pegs, so you can do multiple, block multiple squares, you know, stack them up, because crochet does require so many squares, granny squares. And I just think this is the coolest thing. I only needed 4 for this, for the K-side tee, not the K-side, the Getty tee. But I just wanted to show you, and these have already been blocked, but I just wanted to show you the pegboard because I think it's so cool. New toy, crochet toy. I'm also, you know, I've told you about all these baby blankets. This I'm playing with. These are little hexy squares. Like here's one. Hexy, little crochet hexies. Not even a square, it's a hexagon shape. Like a granny square that's a hexagon shape. And here are some that I have bound together. The ones in the middle are the ones you should look at, because these outside ones, when they don't have something pulling on every side equally, the edge just looks kind of funky. But this is for a friend, for Debbie, also her daughter. So Luke is her grandson and Barrett is her daughter. Barrett just had her first baby. His name's Jaden. This is going to be for baby Jaden. The baby shower I helped host, and we did a 100-acre wood theme because she loves Winnie the Pooh, has always loved Winnie the Pooh. So I thought, what if I did for the little car seat blankie, what if I did what looks like a honeycomb and blended in the other colors of like the tree. Like I would do the honeycomb and then have some brown for a tree and some light blue and cream for the sky. That's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of just making hexies right now and then putting them together as I finish, and we'll just see. We'll see how this is kind of organic. Not sure exactly what I'm going to end up with. I hope I like it. This is an experiment. We shall see. But I'm sure I can use this pegboard for these hexies too. Let's see. Let's just see. But it works. It does hold it. How about that? Okay, short episode today. I just really wanted to come on and talk about the Flower Power Make-Along. So excited about that. I will share some of the video of me starting my drawing sweater, and you can look for an update coming soon. I'm on my way to my sewing class right now. I need to leave in 5 minutes. And I am making part of the prize give along that I will do a drawing for on July 15th. So anybody who participates, you just post a picture of your project to our Ravelry, to our Instagram post page, and your name will be put into the drawing. So I hope that you will want to participate. Look forward to seeing you all on Instagram. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions to YouTube, and thanks for being here today. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Just wanted you to see all the places that I knit.
Okay.
This is in Hot Springs Village, where I go and I play pickleball with my mom a couple times a month. She's 82 and she plays pickleball 6 days a week. These are the most fabulous people here. So I enjoy visiting them. my prize, part of my prize drawing that we're doing at the halfway point, July 15th, for everyone participating in the Flower Power Make-Along. I finished it last night, bought this purple cord today to use to cinch it up. I'm super proud of it. It is not perfect. It was my very first one, but I am definitely going to be making more of these. And I might design it. This is a pattern that I bought online, but I might design it to be just a little bit wider, like maybe 2 inches wider. But it has no pockets inside. I don't mind that, but I might add a pocket on my next one. Just wanted to show it to y'all. Join the Flower Power Make-Along. So now I'm doing some winding, getting ready to work on the Tolsta Tank test knit for Tanis Fiber Arts. I'm using the Ritual Dyes Undine yarn, which I'm winding here. I bought, I think, every color that they have, except I didn't get like a grayish black, and I didn't get the natural. But I am interested to see how this knits up. It feels kind of crisp. I like it. I'm anxious to see how soft it gets with washing. And I'm just going to have to play around with the colors. I don't know what color combo I'm going to do on my granny squares, so I'm going to be playing with that and see what I come up with. That's going to be some trial and error. Here I'm showing you the tag and the fabric content, which is 60 organic cotton, 40 linen, 382 yards for 100 grams. This is fun to play with, and it does knit up nicely, so fun stuff here. You can see I have lots of options, lots of good colors, and I'm thinking I might make some striped tank tops with what I don't use for granny squares, because I anticipate to have a whole lot left over. I am going to leave you with some footage of beautiful Colorado scenery from my vacation that started at the end of July. One little family video and a photo that we took at the end of our bike ride. It was a fantastic vacation. Lots of knitting, lots of biking and hiking and outdoor activities. It's good for the soul. Y'all take care, and thanks for being with me today.
Come on, Elizabeth, you can do it.
Not nice. Oh, my legs are burning.
Pull it over too. There we go. Weren't expecting that, were you?